Well, I'm back at the Fancy Food Show. It's Joe Harburg from Eat More Chocolate, and I am standing with Bertil Akesson from Akesson's Chocolate. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Sharing the broadcast, we're kind of in error. Please try again. Oh, no, that's weird. Okay, so we are on live from the Winter Fancy Food Show, and this is Bertil Akesson from the world-famous Akesson's everything, the single plantation chocolates. I mean, this gentleman, if you've had great chocolate in the United States or anywhere in the world, it's probably been one of his beans that did it. So why, how'd you get into chocolate in the first place? I mean, what made you get into this business?
Well, it started with the beans, with cacao. It started with these countries in Africa and Latin America and Southeast Asia. I always wanted to do something with these countries. So I started with raw materials, first mining, but then I drifted to sisal and by chance to cacao. And what makes the difference is that very nice milieu, the milieu of cacao. Great people, from the farmers to the chocolate makers. So I decided to specialize in this. And I started with cacao from Madagascar. Nobody wanted cacao from Madagascar back then, but it was different with this fruity acidity. People were expecting something more chocolatey and bitter, and we capitalized on our difference and pushed it, introduced it to the world. The timing was good too, because at the beginning we had only bigger corporations like Valrhona, or a big family company like Guittard or Schaffenberger back then, but they were my first clients. And then the timing was good, I said, because you had all these new craft chocolate makers that liked that difference we were providing with our beans, and we grew together with the whole industry. And then at some point I decided to make my own chocolate because I was intrigued by these differences. With the same raw materials, chocolate makers could achieve different tastes. So I wanted to give my own interpretation of my cocoa beans, and that's how it started.
And what year was this? 2005, 6, somewhere in that range, or a lot earlier than that?
I started the chocolate in 2009.
Okay.
And the beans earlier, but in 2009 the chocolate, and I grow other things on the plantations like peppercorns or coffee. So I decided to use also the chocolate as a link between the product lines. So we have, besides the plain chocolate, we have the chocolate and coffee or chocolate and pepper. So as a grower, I want to bring out the true taste of the ingredient, of the fruit. So cacao in the case of plain chocolate, but also I like to give the priority to the guest. When I do a peppered chocolate, you will definitely feel the pepper first. That's the idea.
And you're unique, because I mean, in most of the world, and for those that don't know this that are listening, there are growers of chocolate, and then they're sold to distributors who will then, or really to the big guys, the Guittard and Valrhona and Calabo, and they'll make them into chocolate and send them to chocolatiers who will then mold it and add things, and that becomes chocolate. You're one of the rare people that actually farms it and makes it, I presume, in country. Are you making it in country, or are you shipping the beans somewhere to be made in the U.S. or Europe?
I send the beans wherever the client is.
Right. But in terms of your chocolate,
I make it in France.
Okay.
I chose France because I really like the French tradition of making chocolate. Mm-hmm. And to these days, I think the best chocolate in the world is made in France and America.
I mean, people would not believe that U.S. makes great chocolate, but there are craft chocolatiers here that are unbelievable, right?
There are great chocolate makers here. So forget Belgium and Switzerland. It's the usual cliche. It's mostly multinationals and industrial chocolate. There are exceptions, of course, but they are rare. And America is the only place where you have like 150, which is a lot considering you have maybe 250 chocolate makers that work from the beans in the world. It's nothing. Indeed, as you said, most of the chocolate is made from a couverture manufactured by a big company. Now, from the beans, very few people operate making their own chocolate in a small batch, and even fewer have their own trees.
Right. And so what inspires you for different flavors and different 43%, 75%? I mean, what makes you come up, or how do you come up with a lot of different of the ideas that you've got?
Well, 75% is kind of random, you know. I want to make a dark chocolate. 75% is, I never understood why 73 or 76,
Right,
you know. 75 is, and then we want to respect the ingredients, so we don't roast too much, we don't conch too much, and the priority to the fruit again. So, and I work with very good ingredients. That's what you feel, and the best thing is to build up a good team and supply them with good ingredients so that they can express their craft.
Well, I'm a judge in the International Chocolate Awards, and that's that award right there. We don't know what we're judging because it's all, you know, samples with numbers, and there are a lot of them. But I can tell you that having now tasted the sample that's here, I can remember tasting yours for the first time, and it is a fabulous bar of chocolate. Where can you find the chocolate right now? What stores are you sold around the country? Any national chains? Can you get it online?
Oh, there are many. I don't know, 300 retailers among 22 countries. So I need to be specific, but you can check that on our
Central
website.
Market, though, like
Central
in the US,
Market
Specs
in Texas, yeah. Central Market in Texas, Specs on Smith in Houston, and a few small retailers that are specialized in finding rare products. And so
can you get it online? Is it available online?
We sell online. We have a website,
Okay.
Akesson organic.com, and you can buy online and find the retailers list online.
Well, this is Bertil Akesson, and his website, Akesson on Akesson.com or AkessonOrganic.com, right? Akesson's-organic.com. You can find it Akessons. That's easy to find. Google it; it'll come up. This is phenomenal chocolate from a great maker, and a very unique one because he farms his own beans, and that makes it very special. And he handpicks them and makes the chocolate. Bertil, I appreciate the time, really.
Thank you so much.
We will see you soon. Go buy his chocolate somewhere, everybody. I'll be back later from the Fancy Food Show in San Francisco.
Yeah, that's my part. Yeah.